Hey guys, I'm Meg and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my Project Pan March check-in. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. So this is all the products that I used up and made progress on in the month of March. It is very late because you can kind of hear I'm getting over a cold. I'm still fighting to get my voice back. But let's just hop right in. We're going to start with my empties. So first on the empties is my Nest Black Tulip. It was just a little sample size, and it's, as you can see, there's a tiny bit left in here, but not enough for me to get out of the container. I tried using it, nothing else comes out. It was up here when I started, so it was practically full, and we used up this entire little guy in the month of March. There's only one issue I ever have with rollerballs, and it's that gunk that is at the bottom of it. It's like it picks up all of the dead skin on like my wrists and stuff. It just makes it seem really dirty. Kind of grosses me out to use, but I really enjoyed this scent. It was a little sweeter than I thought it was, and it's funny because we work around a steamer at where I work, and every time I would go to steam something, I would sit there and go, "What smells like candy?" Not realizing it was this here. So it is really sweet. Really like this. May actually repurchase this. Not sure yet. Also on the empties, my Cashmere Glow from Bath & Body Works. Again, there's a tiny bit left in here, but not enough to get out. I store them like this when I'm using them, just so they all sink to the bottom. It was here when I did my check-in, and then the third time I used it was on the 4th. And it was put down here, so it was about half. It was down to here at the 4th. I did end up using this up less than 2 weeks after my last check-in. I really enjoyed the scent of this. So this was my favorite perfume for the longest time. I got kind of tired of it after a while. It's really pretty, peachy, soft, florally vanilla. It's really pretty. They don't sell this in the stores anymore. I have to order this online, so I'm not really going out of my way to repurchase this. Finally, in my empties, I have my St. Ives Blackhead Clearing Scrub. This is a green tea scrub. I believe it's a sugar scrub. I'm not sure. It's a pretty rough exfoliant. I take that back. It's a fine exfoliant. But it's rough on my skin. I stopped using this regularly because it was making my breakouts worse. So I'm happy to see this go. It does a really good job of exfoliating, but I'm not using it enough to really warrant buying it again. I have brushes and cloths and stuff that'll take it off a little bit better. So that was the last of my empties. So I went through 3 products this month. You know, not a big deal, not a ton, not a lot. Nothing I'm not proud of, at least. So as far as products and their progress, so this is in my empties bin. You're probably asking yourself, why is it in the empties bin if it's part of the progress? Well, I was going to say, if you guys remember my last check-in video, when I went to hold it up to the camera, it went plop right into my coffee. The adhesive had just worn out, and just wasn't holding it in the container anymore. So, LaLa got transferred into my Z palette. As we can see here, I have put in quite a bit of progress into LaLa. I'm wearing it right now. It's pretty. It's really not the color that I was looking for, the color that I would want to wear every day. I've been enjoying wearing it every day, but it's not something that I'm really thinking I'm going to go out of my way to purchase again. It's almost too coppery. I mean, it's got a nice pink coppery, like pinkish coppery color, but it's not my favorite. But I also kind of unintentionally started trying to pan this one here as well. I do have its empty container. Right here. This is another Colourpop Super Shock shadow. This is in the shade, sorry, my label's really messed up. It's in the shade Sugar. It's a really beautiful powder blue color. It's metallic. I've got it on in the inner corner right here. This has actually been my favorite combination, is doing LaLa on the lid, all over the lid here, and then doing Sugar right in the corner here, and just smudging it a little under the lash line. It just adds enough color to what I'm wearing that I'm enjoying wearing LaLa a little bit more with it. So, oh, excuse me. That's been nice. I do have a couple of products in here that I'm going to talk about later, about wanting to pan as well. As well as eyeshadows go. I'm really excited about this. I don't know why panning eyeshadows gives me so much joy. I'm guessing it's because I just don't pan my eyeshadows. This is my e.l.f. Mad for Mattes eyeshadow palette. You can see I have completely used up the neutral skin tone shade. It was actually a really good match for me. If I could get this in a single shadow, I would repurchase this all day, every day. It was really nice, easy to put on, blends really well. And you can see that I have, oh, sorry about the glare, my window's open. It's not typically open. You can see I put a nice dent in this nice chocolate brown shade. That's right here on the outer corner right here. It's hard to tell, but I do kind of smudge that along the lower lash line as well. And then I have been using this as a crease shade. It was one of my favorites as far as crease shades go. I don't think you're going to be able to see it on camera, but it does have the start of a divot in it because I was using it quite a bit beforehand, before I tried to pan the palette. There is a pink in here that I am not a super fan of. I'm trying to see. So what I want to do, I don't know if you guys can see that. Of course not. I put it on the weirdest spot of my arm. That's why I don't like this pink. It doesn't show up, and when I do put it on my eye, it just looks kind of chalky, like translucent white-ish. It's not great. So what I want to do is I want to see which one of these is actually the least wearable color. Oh yeah, God, you can't even tell that's pink in this shot. It just looks white. It is pink. It's a very pale pink. I need to see which one of these is the least wearable to me. Like something I'm not gonna wear, and I think I'm gonna try to crush them up and make a Franken shadow with it. See if I can't get something similar to that setting, like my primer setting shade, like the one that I used up in here. I'm going to keep working on this. I am adding in another small shadow palette. I'll talk about that at the end too. But I'm going to keep working on this. I've actually really been enjoying using these shades. They blend really well. They work really nicely together. They make a really nice just everyday matte look too. I've just been doing a little more glam, just trying to use up LaLa. But I think that was it for my eyeshadows. I did add in a foundation into my project pan. This is the Sephora Matte Perfection Powder Foundation. This is in shade 14 Neutral Linen. I am a very neutral skin tone. You can't see this on camera, but it is a little bit yellow based. My skin does tend to come up a little bit pink. So it's the shade, like you can barely see it. You can kind of see it's a little bit yellowy. When I first put it on, it looks like I have just put on the incorrect shade of foundation. Once it warms up and sinks into the skin a little bit, it looks just fine. The minute I walk outside, it looks just fine. I'm actually enjoying using this. I mostly use it for days that I'm filming, so I do have a little bit of it on right now. It's hard to tell because I've been filming stuff since about 11:30 this morning. Granted, when I say filming, I do mean streaming as well. I do do a Twitch stream where I do some 3D modeling every Sunday morning at 11:30. I had some technical difficulties today, so it was 11:30. That's Mo had a stupid moment. So that's clearly, you guys know my name is Meg, but I do go by Mo in most circles and stuff that I do, just because of my username. A lot of people just know me by Mo. Basically, I went to start at the stream. I was streaming for no more than 10 minutes. Went to adjust my charger in my laptop and knocked the charger out, not realizing that my laptop was not charging. So it completely shut down. I took about 20 minutes to get everything booted up and restarted again. So yeah, that was my stupid moment of the day. But I wear this when I'm streaming or I'm doing filming. It just mattifies me a little bit. It doesn't soak into my pores like a liquid foundation does. It has less of a tendency to break me out. I'm still working on that. I'm using some products that do help quite a bit. You can see, like, I have some more breakouts and stuff than I normally do, and that's just because I traveled for a little bit. I was out of town for about a week, and just not taking my one serum with me did kind of screw me over a little bit. Nothing major. It's a Caudalie serum, and it comes in a glass bottle. I just didn't want to travel with it. I was afraid it was going to break in my bag. And a $52 product is not a good time to replace. Oh no, that one's only $50, but still, $50 product breaking in your bag is not something you really want. So yeah, so it kind of screwed me up on this front, but this was great because it covers up the redness, so they were barely noticeable. It was fantastic. So shout out to the girl at Sephora that helped me color match and recommended that. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I'm just grabbing what's next to me. My eyeshadow primer. It's the Profusion Shadow Primer. I really like this, actually. I didn't typically used to use a eyeshadow primer. I'm enjoying this a lot. It's been making my eyeshadow last a lot longer. Just goes on translucent, stays a little sticky. I do my concealer and everything, and it is just fantastic. This does feel lighter than it was when I started, but I don't have scales, so I don't actually know how much product I used. I just know I'm still getting product out of it. So there's no need to pull the stopper yet. So we're probably still maybe about 3/4 halfway full. Not through it, but 3/4 to halfway full. But I really like this. I wish I could buy this as a single, but I do have another one that came with a palette and liner set. So once this one's gone, I'm going to switch over to the other one because I don't believe that one's been open, and I'm going to start using that one, but we've got some time with this still. This is a great product. It's going to be never ending, and I'm very happy about that. Next, I have my concealer. We are still using the No Flaws Collab Cream Concealer. As you can see, it is much, much smaller than last month. I need to measure it again. It was about 3.5 inches total from base of the product to base of the packaging to the end of the product. We're probably maybe about, not 3.25, maybe about 3.25. I can't wait for this to be gone. I could work it out right now, trade it out for something else, but it's almost gone. I am not enjoying using it anymore, but it's almost gone, and I can't justify not trying to power through this. So I'm going to try to keep using this. We've got a little ways to go. As soon as I feel this part of the packaging scraping my face, we're done. I don't care if there's any more product left in it. The minute I hit that packaging, it's gone. The formula itself, I originally started the project pan saying that I didn't mind the coverage. It was just the overall formula I didn't like. That's not holding true anymore. This breaks up like crazy under my eyes. It doesn't matter how well I've smoothed it out before I try to put my foundation on. It creases under my eyes. It just doesn't end up looking good after only an hour of wear, and I don't understand what the point of a concealer is if it's just going to break up and just not look great. Right now it looks okay, but I haven't been doing a lot of intense work today. I also did add something into the routine with this, and I'm going to guess that that's helping. We'll talk about that in a minute, though. Along with that, I still have that Oh Sugar lip balm. I did actually put quite a dent in this. It looks so disgusting. I'm sorry. It's such a soft formula. It like mushes around. It's super messy. I love the color of this though. I actually don't know if they still make this. If anybody knows if CoverGirl still makes this Oh Sugar lip balm, like, do you see this? It's just this really pretty, like, pink shade, but that you can see, like, I just pushed that back down and there's product all over the side. It just, if I had a small container that I could smush this into, I would just take it out of here and smush it into that and use my fingers to apply it. Now that I'm saying that, I might try to sterilize one of those little Colourpop Super Shock shadow containers because the pans are not in them anymore. I depotted all of them, but because the shadows aren't in here anymore, I'm wondering if I might be able to get like the glue out of them and then sterilize them and just mush this into here. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see if that works. If that works, I'll let you guys know, but I think I've got one that doesn't have adhesive on the bottom. It was all stuck to the base of the pan. So I'm going to try that and see if I can't just wash it real good, sterilize it, and mush that into there. But I'm going to keep this in. I do really like this product. I just was not reaching for it a whole ton. I used it a lot when I was home, just because I was going out more. And this was easy to put on. I took a red lipstick and a lip pencil with me, and I just wasn't using that as much as this. So I'm going to keep this in. We're going to keep working on this. I'd love to see this gone. Not for any other reason than it's just a mess. So we have the replacement for the Bath & Body Works lotion that I was using. Like I said, I do store them like this, so everything's settled here. It does not look like there's a lot in here. However, because I traveled, I took a bunch of it with me. There's only maybe like half of a bottle in here. Maybe. So the two of these combined, it's probably only sitting about here. I just don't want to move this back into this and then just have two containers chilling of this lotion. I'm going to keep using it out of here, and then I'm going to switch back over and just use up the rest of this. This will be gone by next month. Like, I go through a bottle of this a month. I don't like this formula at all. There's something about Bath & Body Works lotions that just don't sink into my skin. They sit on top of my skin, and I don't love it. I'd really like to get most of these products out of my collection. I may actually just go through everything that I have in my cabinets right now with you guys at some point, just because I have a ton of Bath & Body Works stuff, and some of it I don't even like the sense of, but these in particular just don't soak into my skin properly. The minute I step into the shower, it's like I'm slimy, and I hate that feeling. I'm ready for these to be gone. Like I said, the scent's beautiful. Bath & Body Works does a great job with their perfumes and their scents. I just don't love it. I just don't like their formula anymore. It just does not work for me, which is fine, and I'm looking for better options. I almost forgot my blush. I moved on from all of my face products and forgot about my blush. Sorry, this is what I mean about recovering from a cold. So we are still working on the L'Oreal True Match blush in the shade C1-2 Baby Blossom. It's a cool tone blush. This had to be repressed last month. I don't remember if I actually took video of it. I had this sitting on my vanity, and I heard something fall off of my my vanity while I was in the shower. For reference, we have 2 cats, Lucy and Penelope. Penelope will kind of jump up onto my counter a lot and mess around with my products on my vanity, and she particularly likes to play with these. You can kind of see they're not flat on the bottom. They kind of have this dome surface, so she knocks them onto the tile in the bathroom and swats them around like a hockey puck. So she likes playing with these. I was in the shower. Apparently I hadn't closed my door tight, and Penelope loves the shower for some reason. She's a weird cat. She loves the shower. She hears the shower running, she'll come busting in if you don't close the door tight enough. So she came in, she was moving around, wanted to check out the shower first, and then went and I thought she left the bathroom. And then I heard something clatter to the ground, thinking that it was just one of the Colourpop shadows, which I'm not worried about. They're a soft formula, so they don't really shatter. Except I got out of the bath, and this was on the floor. Realized this was on the floor. Was praying to God when I glanced at it that it had fallen like this. It had not. It had fallen like this and completely shattered my blush. So this did get repressed. It's working just fine. You can see it right here. And clearly we're making some nice progress on this. It's a decent blush. The color's beautiful. It's really soft and kind of powdery. Color's nice. I don't think I'm going to repurchase it. That's staying in as well. We're going to work our way through that. For my fragrance, this is the Estee Lauder Sensuous Nude that I put in. I've been using this a ton. This is beautiful. It's just light, floral, fluffy, powdery, gorgeous. I would love to repurchase this. It's expensive though, so I'm trying to save up a little bit of money so I can buy a full bottle of this. But we're about halfway through that. I'm going to keep using that. But that's where we're at with perfume. Not much else to say about that. Dry shampoo. I added this in after my, I got my empties next to me. After this one was empty, I went ahead and put this one in. So about a month and a half ago. This is about where this one was when I started. So it's probably somewhere up around in here. It's hard to tell because it's an opaque aluminum can. This is almost gone. I can tell it's almost gone. It's gonna last a little bit, but it's getting there. It's on its last legs. I did really enjoy using this one. It smells really nice, but I need to find something that does a little bit more for my hair. My hair tends to get really greasy up in the roots. I did use a little bit of it today, but it's still just not doing enough. But like I said, I do enjoy this. The scent's really, really lovely. It's just kind of a sweet coconut smell. But I'm going to try to keep using that, use that up. And if you guys happen to have any suggestions for dry shampoo, I would love that. I know Living Proof is really good, but it's very expensive. So if you guys have any really good recommendations that are, you know, no more than like $10, that would be fantastic. I would appreciate that greatly. My charcoal mask, I don't use this a ton. It's still somewhere up in, nope, I can still feel product smushing around right in there. Probably around, maybe about here. It's hard to tell. It's like, it's got some air bubbles, air pockets in it, that clearly I cannot work out of it. But it's somewhere around here still. This is where it was when I started it. It's still somewhere around here. Like I haven't used a lot of this. It's not a regular use product. It's something I use every couple of days, or like, you know, at most once a week, I think. I'm still going to try to keep cracking away at this, but I might add in another mask. I'm not sure yet. I'm just very wishy-washy on this because I don't hate this. I don't love it either. It's just not a step I take regularly. Okay, so adding into my project pan, you'll notice that I did not show the Pat McGrath liner because I took the replacement Stila liner with me when I went home. I am adding this in. My camera just does not want to focus. Hi. Okay. I bought a replacement Stila All Day liquid liner. And while I was home, I had this as a backup in case the Pat McGrath stopped working on me. My sister was like, "How long have you had that?" And I'm like, "A long time." She goes, "No, how long have you had that?" And I told her that I've pretty much had it since I got the Metamorphosis collection, which any of you that know when that came out are cringing right now. I've been using that for a long time. So my little sister, being my little sister, demanded that I give it to her, and she chucked it in the trash. And by demanded that she give it to her, I looked at her and went, "Do you want to throw it out?" And she went, "Yes, give me that," and threw it out. So, so we're now working on the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. I'm liking this. It's just, it's a more, you can see where I had some mishaps today when I was putting it on. It's a very wet liner, and using one that's been practically dried up for a long time, this has got a little bit of a learning curve on it for me. I'm liking this a lot. It's way more pigmented than my last one, and now I'm questioning why I ever held on to the other one so long, other than the fact that the tip of it was, I think I may have accidentally grabbed a fine liner, but the tip of my old one was maybe twice the width of this. So I liked the thicker line, like the thicker fine line. But so we added this in. I'm also adding in this this Neutrogena Healthy Skin Brightening Eye Perfector with, oh, it's got SPF in it. I didn't realize that. So I bought this on clearance at Target a little bit ago, and it's got the click up with the brush. I don't know if you guys can see that, but clearly this is very much not my shade. It's too dark. So what I've been doing is I've been using it with this. So you guys can see clearly this one blends in a little bit better. This is very, very dark for me. I've been using this more as a color corrector. So I used just a little bit on the inside corner of my eyes right in here, where I have a lot of my dark circles. And then, so just patting a little bit of that in, and then using this on top. And I mean, it seems to work just fine. So we're adding that in with this to get that to try to work a little bit better. So I'm hoping that'll work through these pretty quickly. I'm also adding in a fragrance, actually 2 fragrances. So like my Black Tulip, I have a sample size of Indigo from Nest. It's hands down one of my favorite scents from Nest. I adore this scent. So I'm thinking that I'm going to try to use this a little bit more. I might hold off using up the rest of the Estee Lauder just because I like it so much and it's so expensive to replace, but I'm going to try to use up this little sample of Indigo while we're at it. And I did get my new scent from Scentbird, which is the Nativa Jamaica. I don't know how I feel about this yet. It's got a lot of plumeria in it, and plumeria doesn't tend to react well with my body chemistry. It was the last one on the notes list, though, so I was like, well, maybe there's not a lot of it. There was like vetiver and coconut, or not coconut, vanilla. Vetiver, vanilla, and plumeria, and seeing as plumeria was last, I thought it might work okay. that may have been a poor choice. But we're going to see how that goes. I think that was all I was adding. Oh no, I am adding in another palette, but I'm also going to officially add in sugar here. This is actually the last of my highlighter from the Profusion palette, so I'm going to try to use this up, and then I'm going to switch over to Hippo from Colourpop in the Super Shot Cheek. You can see there's not a ton left. I did actually repress it into a repurposed Colourpop shadow pan, just because they're steel and they do stick to my palette. I'm adding in sugar. I might dip into lace here and there, which is this really beautiful purple shade here, but other than that, I am adding in a small, it is a mini Ulta palette. Actually, let me just go grab it. I'm going to add in this mini Ulta palette. I don't remember where it came from, but it's just a little 6 shadow palette. Nothing special. It's mostly shimmers, really. But the reason I'm going to start using this is because I absolutely adore this color here. This is Bayou. It's gorgeous. It's just, I don't know what it is with me and blues, but like, do you see that? It's just gorgeous. It's like a steely blue color. I used to use this a lot. Like I said, I don't remember exactly where it came from outside of Ulta, because it's not like it's a normal Ulta purchase. It may have come in a gift. I'm going to start using this because I really love that Bayou shade. And since I'm loving using sugar so much on the inner corner highlight, I might start using Bayou as well. But I'm going to dip into this and see how much of this I actually like, and see if we can't pan some of this. It's just a little palette, but it's just taking up room in my drawers. So we're going to see how that goes. Oh yeah, look, that's, as this oxidizes down, you can see how not my shade that concealer is. It looks it in the container, looks it when you first put it on, but the oxidation is just really bad on this. It's just like, it looks more orange in person than it does right here. But so that's it. That's what I have for my project pan. Oh, it's not what I have for all I have for my project pan. I almost forgot. I have been looking forward to this month for so long because of this. This is the Colourpop lip gloss that I added in January. Actually, in February. I started late, but this is the lip gloss in Tokyo Tea. I hate this. I wanted to like it so bad. The color's so pretty, but it bleeds everywhere. It's old at this point. I'm just gonna declutter it. I'm so happy I can trade this out. I'm just done with it. I'm done. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, because I have not touched this once. I put it on for my initial video, and it was like, oh, I can't remember why I don't like this, and it just bleeds everywhere. It feathers and it bleeds everywhere, and I can't deal with that. I feel like I have to constantly clean up my mouth all the time, because it just feels like I look like I just smeared lip gloss on my face. So this is, we can say goodbye to this. Like, I have a trash bag over here. It's in the trash, in the bin. We're done. So on that note, that is the last of the my products for my project pan. I'm going to be filming an empties video soon as well, but that's where my progress is and what I'm adding in new. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time.